Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Bee and Marsh. I'm your host, JB, and with me is our other host, the amazing, mighty Mark Marsh.
Hey, everybody.
Now, we are back for a fourth, possibly third episode. There may be some lost media, but we'll keep you all up to date on that in due course. Now, this is going to be a bit of a weird episode, and it's because, well, for one, I've just come back from work. So if it looks like I'm in a business meeting, I'm sorry for that. But I guess this is the best dress I've ever been on the channel. I'll let you in the comments be the judge. But Mark, a bit of housekeeping. How have you been lately? What have you been up to?
Oh God, it's just like I'm looking at new work. It's like I swear I got the worst luck ever. I was in a bad spot. I left, went to warehouse, hated it, left, rejoined another like company in retail. Now they sold like 50 stores in the area, and my store's one of them. So now it's just like we're part of this new franchise that when we first got told about to take over, we want to keep our positions and hours. I thought, great, fine, nothing's changing. Now they send a letter saying that staff will be reconsidered, contracts will be renewed, some people will be let go because of staff shortages, and then hours may be reflected based on hours that they can give for the store. And I'm just like, great. So I could lose more hours, which would turn around be lose more money, which I can't afford.
Exactly.
So now I'm looking elsewhere for work, and I've got the worst luck ever. It's the point where it's like nothing's going right for me at the moment. And I just feel like I'm back to being depressed again, where I'm just like, I haven't posted on YouTube. I kept dark. I streamed for a while when then the shit happened at work, and then I went depressed again. And I couldn't, I didn't have any energy to stream. I was thinking I'm just too depressed.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things with the corporate world where, and we've discussed this in the past, I really do wish that you lived closer, because the place where I'm working now, there's a potential for two pretty comfortable office jobs coming up at the end of October, and I'm just like, for all it's not going to break, the bank in terms of paying a lot of money, it's comfortable, stable office. It's just a shame that all these locations seem to be pretty limited. I mean, do you know when you find out about when all the decisions are made and everything?
Well, we're still waiting on when the store will be closed for the refit. We know that they brought the place. It's already been sold. We're waiting for the transition period where they hand over the keys to the business. I don't know how long it takes them it to finalize on a contract based terms, but they told us nothing. We're still waiting
Mm.
for information, and we're still waiting for questions to be asked. And like people like the we I have people come down and start measuring the building, and I'm like, what are you doing? No one's told me. Oh,
Yeah,
we got permission from the new owners to come and measure. Well, one, we're still some cops. You still got to let us know. You still got to, sign in like everyone else. And I'm just like, I don't want to be rude or nothing. I know you're trying to do a job in that, but it's like it's fucking ridiculous that you know more about what's happening than we
exactly.
do.
Yeah.
And like he knew about when they're having like a grand floor planning meeting and all that. Like we haven't been told any of that. Like we're still waiting for day one of the questions we asked, which is annoying because there's no so with this new people there's no what do you call it? Union. There's no union, but they said that we have our own HR department. I'm like, are you fucking dumb? You are the HR. It's a franchise. You are your own HR department. So that's fucking bullshit. So there's no union, and the HR department is basically the owners. I'm like, so it's double screwed.
Yeah, like a rigged system, like,
Yeah,
and
and
really
people are like,
HR's
oh,
just
it's
out to protect the company, aren't
yeah,
they? It's
yeah.
crazy. And
And
it's
I'm
like,
looking out for a new job, and it's like
mm,
where I'm based in Southampton, there's not really a lot of jobs that go well, like office jobs and that. Like there's stuff where you are, but I had to relocate, and I was like, I then have to find an apartment where you are, pay the rent up front for the first 6 months, then just like hopefully find a nice suit because gotta dress smart for these kind of interviews.
yeah, I mean,
And
the
it's getting to the
interviews
point where I will
maybe,
have to
but
do that eventually. It's just like I
yeah.
will have to like relocate.
The thing is, I don't know much about Southampton. I mean, do you like the place? Is it a nice area? I can't really
Not
say I've
not
been.
not really. I don't really like it.
I mean, did you grow up in Southampton or did you relocate there from somewhere else?
No, I grew up in the area, like we were always I always grew up in Southampton area.
Hmm. I think it makes sense. Like, I think to like, because I grew up near Lytham St. Anne's, which everyone that I speak to here love that place. And I'm like, I just thought it was boring. I didn't like being there. But now that I'm located in Preston and I really like the place, I have a feeling that if I grew up here, I wouldn't like it. So I think to an extent it's normal to not really like where you grew up, but like 100% if there's not jobs like that going, it's probably best to locate as far as you can or where's the nearest kind of major city to Southampton?
Oh God, so it's like we got Portsmouth, we got
Portsmouth.
Birmingham. Uh, I could say London as well. That's only an hour and a half drive away.
Oh wow. Just because I'm so bad with geography, I'm like hopeless when it comes to all this stuff. But God, an hour and a half from London.
Someone said Manchester. I was like thinking Manchester's really far away.
Yeah,
Like, if you're going to relocate there, you want to at least have a stable job, not just go on a whim. If I'm visiting just to sightsee, fine. But if you're working and going to live there, you got to make sure you have a job that's full
exactly.
time, that you're going to commit, and then you're going to make sure you have an apartment that's well secured, like you can afford where you're going to stay. So
Yeah.
it's sort of saying, but as
Mm.
long as you don't have the game plan, people are like, oh, I'm going to move to Manchester and get a job there. Because, well, do you have a job there yet? No, you're a fucking idiot. You moved there and you don't have a job for months.
Exactly.
You waste all that money. You're an idiot.
Like,
I'm
I like
sorry, but that's true.
Manchester. It's only
You
like
get the job,
40
then you
minutes away,
relocate.
but yeah, you're right. It's just, and it's such a largely expensive place as well. Not as bad as London, but I think like with any big city, they just ram the prices up just because,
Yeah.
I guess
I
unless you
think
go
in
to the
London, you can get
outskirts,
a
but
job in London, but you like if you want to live somewhere, you live outside of London and
yeah.
you just drive to commute like 45 minutes away.
Yeah, and you have to be on a higher salary as well. Even like for student finance, like students in London get more because everything's just such an inflated price. It's kind of maddening to think about like that it has to be that way. With your job situation, do you know legally, if say you were let go, would they be under an obligation to pay redundancy or severance?
No, so you only get redundancy if you've worked over 2 years.
Oh,
Because I was part of redundancy before and I was 1 week off from my 2 year period. So they didn't pay out the redundancy. So I like that you got like at least over 2 years minimum for the redundancy payout. But by law they can't get rid of they have to keep us. But I know they talked about downturns, so eventually it will be like get rid of people and change contract hours based on the store's overall hours percentage. So
yeah,
it's like removing me from my management role. I was like, mate, I'm a Duke man. I'm not going to go back down to like a CSA. It's like I worked hard for where I am, and like I want to
exactly.
stay or go higher.
Yeah.
It's just fucking ridiculous.
It's like me with this situation because I guess just because we'll bounce between the two because I don't really have too many updates this time, but it's exactly in terms of that mindset in terms of not wanting to go down like me in my situation having a decent promotion at the moment and the thing is because it was call center and the audience knows it was call center apparently on this Monday there were like 150 people in the queue and I'm a bit like if they asked me to go on the phones now. I'm like, with all respect to my colleagues, I'm sure that they're trying, their best to get rid of them. I'm not gonna touch those calls again. Like, unless you're offering like, and this is taking the piss, right? I'm not saying it's not, but it would have to be something ridiculous, like £100 per call, because I think once they know you're willing to go back, it's really the only place you can go. So I applaud you sticking to your guns on that, and at the very least, you've got manager experience now for the CV, which should be of help. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, who knows now? But it's just so fluctuating. Because I know you weren't happy with the warehouse job, and then I
No,
think,
the warehouse drained me mentally because they kept it based on performance, and it didn't make no sense because they didn't give us any good equipment or proper start time, and the percentage is based on as soon as you clock in. And it was like, mate, I still got to clock in, get my gun, get my printer, make sure they're fully charged, make sure I have a working MHE pallet that has a full battery, then I can start my load. And it's just like, and it's based on all of that, then your first pallet, and then your last pallet, and then it's based on the average. So it's like if your first pallet is great, then you can get 90% all that day. But if your first part is shit and you got fucking bananas, then you're screwed for the entire
Yeah,
day.
that's mad. Weird question. Do you ever have a notion, or have you ever experienced this, where the better job you've got, the worse your mental health is? And again, I know that that could be a bit of an odd question, but have you ever experienced that?
Yeah. I feel like if it goes, if job sounds too good to be true, like you're gonna be mentally drained because there's gonna be more
Yeah,
stress for you to deal to keep it at that level.
because
Whereas
it's
you have like
just,
a
sorry, it's just so strange because when I was on the calls on the call center, it was such a shitty job and it paid at the absolute bare minimum, the bare bones stuff. But because it was, say, you have to take call after call after call after call, potentially dealing with abuse and just stupid customers, I think that what I did in that role is I just turned off my emotions so much because you can't get like angry with people or upset with people. So I completely shut off my emotions for like a year and a half. So I was relatively content in that bad job. But now going on to this promotion, I've got so much more freedom and it's a better wage, but I've got so much more downtime, which is a blessing. I'm doing stuff with it, which I guess I can get onto in a bit. But I think it's just opened the floodgates, you know. So all my emotions are rushing back at once. So when I get happy, I'm like over the top. I'm really happy. But when I get sad, I'm fully depressed. And when I get like annoyed, I'm just angry. So it's so weird because I think that I'm almost in the best situation that I've been in for a while, but I'm just feeling it almost like I'm dealing with unresolved trauma like the 14th Doctor or something. It's kind of a weird notion. But it's at least good to know that it's not an ununiversal thing. But I'll open it up to the comments just because I think, as with always with the openings of these episodes, at least now that we're off the Scooby stuff a bit, it's just more like us catching up. It's a bit
yeah.
like podcast therapy in a way.
Like I want to get back into doing more Scooby-Doo videos, but it's like at the moment I'm mentally not in the right headspace because I'm depressed from work. I don't feel like I'm me when I'm filming at the moment. So that's why there's no videos. It's because I get to see myself hanging on by a thread, and I just like I don't like myself when I come home from work. And it's just like I just have put no effort in any videos at the moment. It's just that I'm trying to get back to being in a good space so I can start reliving my life. At the moment, I just feel like it's getting worse and worse. It starts going stable, down, back up, stable. Nothing's on the high rise for at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the beauty of
Because
this.
I remember when I was making videos years and years ago on my gaming channel when I
Mm,
was really depressed, and you see it lack of quality because there's nothing positive in the videos you're doing. It's just you doing it for the sake of it, and I
yeah.
don't want that. So like when I try and do my Scooby-Doo videos, I try like I want to make them as good as possible, but I don't want to do them while I'm sad and depressed because then it will just show in the videos, and I don't want to really show that side of me.
Well, you're a
I would just hate
perfectionist.
it.
That's the thing. That's why you've got such a good fan base that latch on to what you're doing. That's why they're asking, where's the honest reviews? Because they know that you're not going to put something out unless it's good. And it's a double-edged sword. Like they feel the lack of it, but at the same time, like you're not going to put something out just to do it, which is why I think your audience respects you. Ultimately.
I write the script. I got the scripts out, but it's like I know when I start filming, it just hits me. Like when I look back on the playback, I'm like, that's not me. I'd look too sad, either angry or it just didn't connect with the right emotions because I'm taking the stress from work and I'm bringing it into my own personal workspace, and it's not happening. So like most of the reviews, like the Returns on the Island review, which I'm trying to promise people, I got the script, but the heart's not there. It's
Yeah.
just not. And it's just like I'm getting worse every day. Like there wasn't a day where I come back happy. It's just like I'm there and I spaced out. I did it like yesterday. I spaced out for about 4 hours, and I just didn't have anything.
No, I mean, I think that's the beauty of this type of content, because we can be ourselves because it's a long form podcast. Like, there's no, let's be JB the character or let's be, honest reviewer Mark Marsh. We are just JB and Marsh. We're us. And at the very least, we're going to be providing the audience some entertainment because it's a conversation. But also, if they dip into the episode, it's, oh, so this is why there's been, not much content for a while. It really lets them into us as we are. So it's not that we're ruining a review because we're not feeling it. We're just opening up. And I think it's why I love podcasting because I think it's content in the rawest form. We're not trying to be TikTokers making 10-second, hyper energy, like let's flash to this and that. We're just us. We're enjoying it. It might not get the most views. Podcasts usually don't, but I think it's such an invaluable tool to have at our disposal. I
We
really
can
do.
just be ourselves rather
Yeah.
than going all at it. Like when I try and make my videos, I try and make them at a professional level where it's good for the viewers watching. But it's like if I'm not there 100%, I can't do the video.
Yeah, and it's good to get
It's,
downtime. That's one thing that I'm
especially when I see
lacking,
the comments as well. Like, I read all the comments, but it's just like I don't know how to respond back to them. It's just like
Yeah.
because I don't want to make empty promises. Like, I'm trying to get better. I am, but it's just like I just feel like every day I'm holding on by a thread. And sometimes I give up on myself and just say I don't I question myself, what am I doing?
Do you, and this isn't like, because this is the pressure that I think a lot of YouTubers feel when people are asking about content and you don't know what to respond. Is it more of a sense of responsibility in terms of they've subscribed, therefore it's like a promise that they've subscribed for content, therefore you promise to give them content? Or is it more like there's a joy that you would find in doing it, but you can't find the energy to do it? Like, where's that kind of coming from?
It's a bit of both. It's just like I know they subscribe for the Scooby stuff and for the reviews, and same for the unboxing videos. Like, I want to get them out, but at the same time, it's just like the energy and the heart is like it's not in the production bit. So I just feel like I want to take a break, but I know I can't, and I feel like if I take too much time away, I don't know how to come back.
Would it
So
help if we were to do one together? Like, we wouldn't do it in this episode, don't worry, but like, just so there's someone else there. So if you're feeling a bit lax of energy or anything, like, someone like me or maybe someone else that you collaborate with is there to kind of pick that up a bit. Like, would that help at all? Again, you can say no, but
it would help because it would balance it out. Because I feel like when it's just me when I'm trying to do the Scooby-Doo reviews, it's like it's Scooby-Doo. It should be more positive for the viewer base. But I'm just there like if I'm too depressed and lacking, it's going to show. Like I got the script, I've read the script, read all the good parts, stuff that I want to talk about, the flashbacks, the stuff that was answered, that wasn't answered in the Zombie Island. I've got all that to talk about. But it's like it's just the energy trying to like put it together, and then it's just like I just feel like shit when I watch myself back. I'm like, if I'm not satisfied with it, I know the viewers aren't going to be satisfied with it, and they subscribe. But I don't. I never forced people to subscribe to my videos. I've never done that since day one. It's like subscribe if you enjoy it, if you want to see more. It's why I don't promote those memberships like
mm,
pay £99 and get this. It's like I don't care. I don't want my channel to be a subscription service. That makes
yeah,
sense.
exactly.
It should be free. You subscribe because it's a free. You push the button, and that's all. There's no transaction you have to pay for. It's just like I, I always say, subscribe if you enjoy the content and you want to see more. I don't say please pay for more. That's
Yeah, I don't like the idea
ridiculous.
of locking content behind a paywall. I don't mind stuff like Coffee or Patreon, like stuff like where people or super chats. That stuff is good because it's like a tip jar, but it's not like say oh, we're going to interview Marty Grabstein. You can watch that for free, but here's the uncensored version for £10. Or, we're going to interview Linda Cardellini, but you have to pay £50 pay-per-view. Like, that to me is not something that I'd ever be interested in doing. But I don't mind tip jars as such. Like, if we were making content that required, say, if we were in a studio together that had rent payments or maintenance payments, I don't mind stuff like that. But yeah, 100%, I'm there with you on that. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't put stuff
So
behind a
it's
paywall.
just like I've got people subscribing, and I want to like push out these videos because I want to eventually review every Scooby-Doo movie on my channel. like as a goal because I've already reached 3,000 subscribers. I've reached my goal that I set, and it's like I want to get 1,000 boxing videos. I'm almost there, and I was like I want to review all the Scooby-Doo movies. That's another set goal. But it's just like I know people have subscribed, and I want to deliver that they got that there's reasons to subscribe, and I want to make sure that the content's good and not too long.
Yeah.
Like I want to at least keep a review about 10 to 20 minutes
Yeah,
long
the sweet spot.
because it's the sweet spot. If it's too long, then it just feels like it's Netflix episode at that point.
Yeah.
I don't really want that vibe.
Yeah,
The same as the
I'm
game reviews. I want to start doing game reviews, but
oh
it's just like
wow.
because I've got one that I'm working for as well. I'm doing the script for that as well. So I
Yeah.
wanted to do all these things, but with work and the way it's been treating me and the way I just have nothing left to give, when I come home, I'm just there like flat out exhausted. I'm like, I question like, is it worth it? And I read the comments and it's like, it's the only thing keeping me going, but I have no idea how to respond back to the comments.
Not
Like
for nothing, but
I
in
saw someone's nice
yeah.
comment about my Scooby-Doo stuff saying like with the rise of Scooby-Doo again, he hopes that my channel gets more recognition.
Mm,
That was nice. I
nice.
like that. Like I want to do more Scooby-Doo stuff, but it's just like at the moment I don't feel like I'm in the right headspace to commit, and I can't take a break. Um, I can't be like, oh, I'm gonna take a year off work and YouTube and find myself because I need the money. I don't make money from YouTube. It was just for fun. That was all it was. It's post videos and to stream now and then. And it's just like that was always nothing full time. And it's just I don't know. I feel like I'm going around in circles and around about. So it's like I keep trying to say, okay, I need to get my headspace right. I need to relax more. I need to strike back big. And it's just like every day is just like I'm climbing up an endless hill
Not for
and there's
nothing
no
though,
end.
like I mean, you've shared a lot with me, which I'm really grateful and hats off for you. But is that the first time you've said all that out loud, or do you have co-workers in the same situation as you that you've been speaking to, about the situation?
No, this is the first time I've spoken out loud. I think you're the only one who I speak to about this stuff because you're the only one who would understand because you do work and YouTube, so you can kind of connect to how I'm feeling.
Yeah, that's a
Whereas
really good
people
point.
from
Yeah.
work they just work and they do uni, like they don't do YouTube, so they wouldn't be able to advise anything. And it's like I'm 31. It's just like I don't know where I'm going with anything at the moment.
I mean, I want to help you all I can because genuinely, I mean, it wasn't too long ago that you were helping me through something like this. Remember that? I think it must have been like a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago now, after I was let go by the toy shop. That to me, this conversation takes me right back to January, where genuinely it's like you know what you have to do, you just don't really feel the way to do it. It's almost like, and it's scary. It's like forgetting how to read again, forgetting how to walk again, because something that was second nature to you before is now something that doesn't seem achievable, and that is a scary thing to go through. And I mean, YouTube, people say that it's a hobby, and it is, but it's like any hobby, could someone that really loved to do basketball get up after a day's being depressed? You would be surprised at how many fall through the wayside. So I am going to think about some things behind the scenes, and we'll discuss now that might help you get back on track because when that thing was happening in the January, the February of that year, and then I don't know if you remember, but there was some controversy around that time as well. These weekly sessions were the anchor point. It was even though I'm having a really shitty Friday, a really shitty Monday, I know that Wednesday's going to roll around and we've got a recording session. So I've got in my mind I'm gonna see what the topics are. I'm gonna put out Q&A posts. I'm gonna get them on a piece of paper so we can go through them. And again, easier said than done, but I'm gonna try my best to help you through this because again, it's something that you've helped me through a lot before as well. Do you think, I mean, that would help, or do you think maybe you do need to take not a break from work, but a break from YouTube officially. Like I'm gonna say, put a community post out saying, I've been going through stuff, but I'm gonna be back. This is the date that I'm gonna be on. This is the date that I'm gonna start making content again. Like, would a tangible start and end time to this break maybe help or add some structure to it?
I feel like if I took a break, it might lead to me not coming back, or if I come back, there's no one there. I think that's my fear, is that I worked hard to get my channel where it is now, and I feel like if I take a break, like a proper year off break, I feel like there'd be nothing left to hold on to.
It's a good point. At the same time, though, if you come back refreshed and there's a different style of content, a different energy in the content, you could gain more of an audience. So, for instance, we took a lot of time off on our channel when we were doing Animal Crossing and Nintendo stuff. And then that moved to Scooby stuff. Yeah, we lost some Animal Crossing people. We lost to some of the Animal Crossing community. But we gained so much more than that. That's how we started speaking. That's how I started talking to Ashton. All of those collaborators, Dan, Sophie. It opened up a massive world of Scooby that without that, I wouldn't be here today doing this. There's a lot of things, Comic Cons I've been to that I wouldn't have done. So maybe you take a year off, and then you come back. It could be you've lost some of the audience that were just commenting. That's definitely a possibility. At the same time, though, you could be excited that now we're going to start to rebuild, and I could meet someone that I'm going to do a weekly podcast with. I'm going to meet someone that is going to go to a convention near Southampton with me because I've started getting into anime, and there's a really famous anime creator coming to a Comic Con. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everything, it's like a Doctor Who quote. Everything has to end so something can get started. And the end's always sad, but the start is always happy. It's going to be tough to think about that. But at the end of the day, this happened because something ended. And I think the stuff that we've achieved in the Scooby space is quite good, quite special. Do you know what I
Because
mean?
it's got to the point where now, so it's like I don't know what else to do apart from doing Scooby-Doo videos. I got my unboxings as simple, the Scooby-Doo videos, and it's just like there's not really much I can feel like showing off on my channel. That's the thing. Because I got the gaming channel to post gameplays on, but I don't know whether to take a break from the Mark Marsh channel and just focus on my gaming channel,
I
or
mean,
just
it's one of those where you could almost make a Mark's mental health channel or something like that. Or if there's something really bizarre that you don't think anyone's gonna watch or care about, I'd make it. And again, speaking of Ashton, I'm sure he won't mind mentioning because it's evident on YouTube. But he was really, really big into Scooby-Doo, right? He would do his podcast, all of his unboxing videos, his reviews, trailer reactions, really big in the Scooby space. And then he released a video saying, "This is why I don't talk about Scooby anymore." And from there, he spent 6 months to a year talking about his experience in the LGBTQI plus community, vlogging, travel vlogs, movie reviews about non-Scooby stuff, book reviews, really stuff that maybe a lot of his audience that were into Scooby wouldn't like. And if you look, there's some that views, they're definitely lower than the Scooby stuff. But now if you go to his page, there's so many closer look Scooby-Doo videos. There's a lot of, content that he's doing on TikTok about Scooby-Doo. He's starting up his Scooby podcast again. So, you know what I mean? It could be that you don't need a break from YouTube, but you just need to reevaluate the type of content you want to make. Like, don't think about what makes the audience happy. Think about what makes Mark Marsh happy. Like, is there anything that you've got that you're sure that no one's gonna watch, but you think would make a good video? I'd make that,
I,
you know?
I've got lots of mangas that I've been reading that are what I want to talk about.
That would be great.
Like a lot, like I know it might not be appeasing to some people, but I like reading the manga ones, especially the ones that aren't big.
Well, how
And so there
cool's
was that.
that? I'd love to watch a manga video on the channel, and
I don't,
maybe some of your audience won't, but people that are into that manga as well will comment, like, such an underrated manga. And then you've got someone that likes the same thing you like, someone to talk to. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it might not, maybe you upload it and it gets 30 views, 50 views, 70 views, but if just one person appreciates it and that you can have that connection there, I think no video is a wasted video as long as you had fun doing it, you know.
yeah. I think that's what I've been doing lately. Is just I've been reading manga. It's just like that's been my get away from all my stress. It's just I've been reading um just manga for days and webtoon mangas as well. That's all I've been doing on my free time is reading them because it gets me out of my situation and I'm in a little zone where I can switch off and just like in have a smile on my face for those brief minutes because I feel like I want to do the Scooby-Doo stuff. I do. I want to do the movie reviews. I want to do the episode reviews. I want to do more unboxing videos where I'm on screen. It's not just the overview bit. But I feel like lately I'm just like I don't know. I let myself go. I feel too depressed. My energy's negative, and it's just like there's nothing positive I can bring on screen. And it's just like I don't want to fake who I am. And if I
Mm,
try and be natural, it's my depressing self where I just zone out, and it's just like I don't feel like talking. I can write the script and make it look perfect, but then it's like when it comes to filming, it's like if I would got someone else to do these videos, it would look great. But it's me, and it's just like I don't look like I match what I'm writing.
yeah, no.
So I've just
Um,
been escaping to the world of manga and just reading loads of I've read a few light novel books, but it's the manga I like because of the artwork that they put in.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. We could start a manga review show together. You could do one by yourself. Even just because I know nothing about manga, like, if you're really passionate about a story, convert me into one of the stories and I'll get one. Like, we could even have a manga book club where there's something you really like, you're familiar with. Let's see what I think about it. And we can talk about it together. 100% I'd be down for that. Because even me, if I was starting YouTube again, I would literally take inspiration from Ashton. Like, I would just start with, say, a few videos that I personally want to make about topics that I personally, would get happiness from, and, see where it goes from there. And maybe I would go back to Scooby eventually, like he's done to great success as well. I really like what he's doing at the moment,
Yeah,
but
because I'm
I'd do
subscribed
that,
to Ashton and I do watch his shorts on YouTube. He posts a lot of Scooby-Doo shorts I've been seeing a
Yeah, and
lot
he's back
lately.
on it now. He's doing really well with that because he had that time off where he was just traveling. He was vlogging himself. It was just personal vlogging, and it's like that. Like, what would make me happy personally? Stephen King books. Like, I'd probably just make a video of Stephen King book reviews. Maybe 5 people will watch it, but I'd be happy. And then I can start getting locked in again and trying to get a Linda Cardellini interview or something. Like, that's what I'd do if I was returning. I'd start off with me, and then I'd go to Scooby or something. Maybe even back to Nintendo if I ever get a Switch 2, which fingers crossed I will. Um, but there's endless possibilities when you start putting yourself forward. And if that means no videos for a year, it means no videos for a year, maybe ever. But as long as you're just thinking what makes you happy, that's, I think, the sweet spot, you know.
Yeah, 'cause I feel like at the moment I'm not happy. I'm just I wouldn't really say I'm a happy person this year. It's just like I feel like all I'm doing is surviving each day. That's what I call it. But I haven't really come home and like, oh, I'm in a good mood. It's just like I'm here now. I get to sleep.
Mm. Yeah, definitely in that depressive spiral. But if you ever
I,
feel
I
like
I know
that,
it's gone bad. It's just I stopped playing my video games a lot. I used to work, play video games, and do YouTube, and I was in a happy MySpace. Now it's just like I don't play a lot of video games, and it's just like they're just collecting dust on the shelf. I used to play the Wii a lot as my favorite console. Haven't touched this entire year.
can you play the Wii online? Because again, like, if you like the Switch or games like multiplayer, like I'd be up for a bit of Mario Kart, so just about being a bit more community driven. Like you like playing games, if there's stuff we can do together, like
Because
anything that I can do,
I played Minecraft. I just build random things. That makes no sense. But it's like I'm like I'm like Minecraft when it first started, where I build basics, generic stuff. Whereas I don't understand redstone. I don't know what the end is. I have no idea the nether. Uh, all that stuff is all new to me, even though it's been out for years.
that's what I'm
It's
doing
like
at the moment, to be honest. Minecraft. I got is it the naturalist or naturalist mod? I got that, and I've just been making a massive zoo with Millie, like crocodile enclosure, penguin habitat. It's cool because you get so much cool shit with it, like giraffes, zebra. Honestly, it's just been amazing. So Minecraft, I'm up
because
for any time.
I don't understand potions either. Like
No, me
to
neither.
get to the underwater castles, I'll just build dirt all the way up, dirt all the way up. So it's like four pillars,
Yeah, like a
well
funnel type thing.
five pillars, one in the middle, and then four on either side. And I dig straight down, and it creates an airway, and then I can just dig in.
The extent of my technical ability with Minecraft, besides mods, is enchanting. And even then, it's just if I put the sword in or whatever, I just go with whichever one's highest. And then I say, oh, cool, this one's got smite. Or I look at the pickaxe, oh, cool, this one's got soft touch, silk touch. Um, so I'm a semi-competent enchanter. That's it. I've kind of been a bit shitty myself lately, as I mentioned with work stuff, and I think it's either a mixture of just loneliness or narcissism or a bit of both. And it's just because this isn't like a promotion as far as I am now my old colleague's manager. There's nothing like that. There is some stuff where I can and need to report people for certain things, so yeah, I'm not sure what you'd really call that. But I think I'm a bit upset with how they seem to have left me behind a lot. I think there's some kind of social situations that I feel like I would have been included with a bit more, but I've not been. And there just wasn't much grandeur or congratulations when I got this. So I think I've been self-isolating a lot, and it's led to quite a bit of internalized loneliness. Because I think to myself, there is a direct manager position coming up, and this is just me, and I'd consider myself a pretty selfish, bad person, kind of. Like I'm not emotional, so to speak. But I think when that happens, it's my gut instinct to get, a card, flowers, a small kind of congratulations gift for whoever gets that. And just kind of it's been playing at my mind that there was no really even proper verbal congratulations from some of my old team members. And because I've not formally left, it's kind of like now I'm seeing my old team pretty much every day in a different capacity. And I'm like, oh, so I guess I didn't mean as much to you as I thought because I've always considered myself to be a harbinger of good to an extent. Like I'd run all the in-house incentives, which were often stupid and silly. I'd host a quiz on a Friday that would give people the chance to win £20. Now, is that a supplement for a living wage? Absolutely not. But at the same time, every time I would take times alongside calls creating those quizzes and I'd run them, every single week, that was me opting out of potentially winning £20 just to give them the opportunity to do it. And so though for those people not to be a bit warmer towards me did upset me for a bit. But I think I've kind of just been sitting with myself lately and I've been a bit like kind of who am I to expect that from people? Because even though I think I did do a lot, and there was a few that again I would have expected a bit more from just because I was closer to some people. I think ultimately I've got a much better job now and I'm making decently more than them, that I'm really in no position to expect anything from them. But 100% loneliness and just self-isolation has become a bit of a big thing for me lately. And similar to your situation, this, apart from Millie, of course, because we're living together, you're literally the first person that I've said that out loud to. And actually, it feels better. Like it doesn't make things go away, but I really do feel that there's a lot of catharsis in opening up. The issue is, and again, maybe you're gonna get a bit self-conscious, and I don't want that to be the case. But what we've done in this podcast so far is you've told me your issues, and I've told, vice versa, I've told you my issues. And I think we've got a lot from that. Now, I don't know what the audience will get from that, but you know what? I think it's helped. And I think that's really the whole point of these discussions. Like, if we can help each other, maybe our usual audience that are into the film reviews that we sometimes do in these shows, maybe they will switch it off. But if someone finds this, that's going through either um, YouTube fatigue or depression or imposter syndrome and loneliness, if we help them, I think we've done all we can do. We've helped each other, and if we help other people along the way, that is the bonus. I think it's why we do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's hard. That's
It
what I've
is.
come to learn. That it's not easy.
It's difficult. It's like an uphill struggle. It really is with a lot of these situations. And I'm just thinking, like, if I can remove myself from the situation, like, I wouldn't risk, catching feels when I'm already in a good situation. Um, in terms of happiness, though, few and far between. One thing that I loved, and this is happiness that I got from you, is I really loved watching your Superman review, for James Gunn's Superman, because I left that movie, and it's the first movie that I've actually double dipped on. Meaning, usually I just go to the cinema, watch a movie once. If I like it, I'm gonna buy it on Blu-ray. If I don't like it, I'm not gonna watch it again. But with James Gunn's Superman, I watched it once with my brother at a new cinema, and then I watched it again with Millie at the Odeon because I just had that much fun with it. And so hearing your kind of breakdown of the movie was really fun and entertaining for me, because we had discussed, that you were going to watch it and that I was going to watch your review. And I really did enjoy that review. I mean, let's talk about that. Something fun. Like, how good was Superman? Like, have you gone to back to watch it since, or are you just kind of waiting for it to come out on streaming or physical media?
So I did the review after I seen it. So when I drove home, since I loved it so much, I thought I stayed away from the morning, film the review, like just film myself talking about it, and then edit it the next day. That's how much I loved it because I feel like it resonated with the whole DCU, like that's the vibe was going for, like rebooting it all from the ground up. And it wasn't one of those Superman movies where it takes to the end of the film to see his powers. He's there from start where all the action happens and it doesn't slow down at all. So it keeps at a steady pace. And we see like the Justice League before they were Justice League, like with Guy Gardner.
Yeah,
I fucking love the guy who plays Guy Gardner. I forget his name, but
it's like
he's
Nathan Fillion, I think.
yeah, I think he did Zombieland.
I don't actually recall. I know he's done a lot of James Gunn stuff. I think he's been in like every Guardians movie. He's definitely
But
been in a load of Gunn
I thought
films.
you know how Jim Carrey plays certain roles like he was born to do,
Yeah,
and like no one else can take that away. It's just like that's his role. That I feel like that was his role. Like no one else can play the mask. It has to be Jim Carrey, or no one else can be the Grinch because that's Jim Carrey.
yeah,
Like no one could do those roles. I feel like Guy Gardner was made for him. Feel like that was done perfect because in the comics and in certain days and now when they show off Guy Gardner, he gets ripped all the time. But I thought the haircut for him was so comic accurate
yeah.
that
And then when
they even
Lois
brought
was
it up
like, "That
saying
haircut should be against your vows," that was so good.
I laughed so hard when I heard that because oh god, that was just that just caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting for her to say that because it's the hairstyle that no one wants because it's something that Jim Carrey pulled off at in Dumb and Dumber,
Yeah,
and it
literally.
just like no one goes for that bold cut. It's just like, oh god, it suits the character so
But
well.
I think it's so, and I think that's the beauty of James Gunn's universe is that I like the Zack Snyder movies. I like Man of Steel, but I think that even if the Lois Lane of
Or
that
the hashtag
universe,
super shit.
yeah, was put in that scenario, I don't think she would have said that because I think she was more of an archetype. Whereas these just feel like people. Like, yes, if Lois Lane was in that situation, she'd probably get so frustrated she mentions the hair. Like, it just everyone felt like real human beings in a very unusual
They cast
scenario,
it
which was
so well.
great.
They got everyone on point. I feel like James Gunn is what they needed to reboot
Yeah.
the entire DCU. It's what we needed around this time
He just
because
doesn't miss with casting, and you
no,
imagine like
he doesn't.
he
He
always
doesn't.
hits.
It's just like when you hear James Gunn's behind something, you know it's going to be good. Like I don't hate Zack Snyder. Okay, I feel like if he had full control at the start, then
Hmm.
maybe yes, it would have been good. But he
Exactly.
didn't. That's why we had the Justice League Snyder cut because it was all the stuff that he should have put in there from the start, and they knew it. So it was like he he's not a bad director. I feel like he just didn't have enough power to
Yeah,
execute everything.
power,
Whereas
time.
James Gunn's like
Yeah.
with co-CEO. So it's just like of DC, so like he has the power to shape it however he wants. And it's like Peacemaker, loved the series. And I like how he's edited the ending where it matches in with
Yeah, I saw that
these
online. You got like the Justice
so it's
Gang.
like yeah, so it's like the season two opens up where it explains how he's part of the DCU now. And I thought that was fucking amazing. Only James Gunn would bring back because he broke one of his rules for Peacemaker. He brought back a character that was dead, and he never does that. Like when a character dies, they stay dead. And he broke his one of his rules to bring back Peacemaker, which was the best decision ever.
I think what he's done for me is he's gained trust because it's easy to think about James Gunn. He's the guy that made a wholesome show like Scooby-Doo into an edgy 2000s icon. He's the guy that brought a ragtag team like the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Suicide Squad and made them kind of a bit of an edgy subclass of the superhero genre. But if you then say this same guy that dropped the first F-bomb in a Marvel movie that gave Daphne sexy boots and was going to do a lesbian subplot in the first movie, if you say that guy that's done that in such an edgy way is now going to make a Superman movie, I think you'd feel a little bit hesitant, but he absolutely pulled it off. Like he made his edgy characters, but he also made Superman the type of guy that you'd want to root for. Like he made Superman interesting in this universe, and so he could announce, like say, this bottle of water. He could say, "I am going to make a movie about JB's bottle of water," and I'd watch it because I'm like, I don't know how you're gonna do it, but I now have trust that you're gonna make that an entertaining and good movie. So whatever James Gunn puts his kind of creative hat to next, I am absolutely there for it. And I
And he
think,
also got
yeah.
Clark Kent down
Oh
perfectly
yeah.
because you got Superman and then you have like Clark Kent. And I feel like in the past with Superman movies, they made it too obvious that they're the same person, but just take the glasses off. Because that's always annoyed me,
Yeah.
is that the fact that he doesn't even look different. He's just like he just wear glasses. That's your only gimmick. Whereas this one, he has a different hairstyle and body posture as Clark Kent, and like you can tell that that's not a Superman vibe. And then when he is Superman, much more posture, like driven. The hair's different, and it's just the vibe there. Like he's captured both Clark Kent and Superman, which is how it should be, not just one and the same.
And I love that they've got some good screen presence in there because you've got big name stars that everyone kind of knows. Like you've got Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor, but David Corenswet's kind of been discovered by James Gunn a bit. Like I know he's been in stuff before, but I think this really elevated him to being a star, and I absolutely love that because he has got that manly man vibe, but not to the point where like it's not unbelievable that he does some of the other stuff. It's like Hugh Jackman, honestly. Like he can do the shirt off, muscular type of architecture, but he can also handle some of the loftier scenes perfectly as well. Like I love the discussion he has with Lois about, oh, Crypto, he's a dog, but he's not even a very good dog, but he's probably sad and lonely right now, so I need to, go and find him. Like that type of shit, like I just love that for Superman, and I've never been a Superman fan before. And even now, I wouldn't say I'm a Superman fan. I think definitely it is more of I'm a James Gunn fan, but like I think the way that he has of translating these characters is just amazing, and I'm kind of there to call him possibly one of my favorite directors of all time. Um, I think I don't know, I can't really think about who to compare him to, but he definitely is one of my favorite directors at the moment, and writers, to be honest, because he wrote the Scooby-Doo movies as well. So from Scooby-Doo to Guardians to Superman, I just can't fault it. I can't fault it.
I'm looking forward to when he brings Batman into the fold. Because you
Yeah.
know that if when he does a Batman movie, there's going to be a Batman versus Superman movie, and you know that's going to be so fire that it's just going to
It is
be
because he's going to make
the
us care
biggest
about both of
blockbuster
them.
records ever.
So it's
Yeah,
going to
it's
be
just
great.
because
But
I'm waiting for the Superman movie to come out on Blu-ray
it's
so I can
different
add
though,
that to
isn't
my
it? He's
collection.
not going to do David Corenswet Superman with Patterson Batman. He's going to do his own Batman, isn't he?
Yeah, he's going to reboot his own Batman.
That's
I
cool.
I just really hope that like I know he's going to do it correctly, but it's like you got to make sure that when you do Bruce Wayne, at least make sure that it's believable that he's billionaire, playboy, fanatic Bruce Wayne. And
Yeah, I
then there's
love that.
broody Batman side. Because Peter Patterson, like he didn't look like a Bruce Wayne. He looked like a Batman, but he did not look like a Bruce Wayne.
No,
I'm
not the
sorry.
comic
You
Bruce Wayne,
didn't
because
scream, yeah, you didn't scream billionaire.
yeah, you think kind of Bruce Wayne's more like Christian Grey on steroids. He's kind of
Yeah.
that type of figure. But I'm excited. I hope what they do, and I hope they keep this uniform. I know some people aren't gonna like it because it's like nostalgia, whatever. But you know how in the Superman movie they took the Christopher Reeve theme and made it more like prominent, like da 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 da
Yeah.
da da. They used that. I hope they do the same for like the iconic Batman soundtrack and just
I think
update that a
Christopher
bit.
Reeve is an underrated Superman.
I
He's always been
think
underrated, but I was
so,
like,
but
he's my favorite Superman, weirdly enough. It's like, and my favorite Superman movie of all time is Superman 4, Quest of Hope.
I
Which,
like
which everyone hates that one. Everyone hates Superman
the
4.
one that I
Something
like
wrong
that
with
everyone
Superman 4.
hates is the Brandon Roof one. Is that Superman Returns? It's not the best, but as I say, I'm not like a Superman person. I'm
Yeah,
really not. So I kind of like that for what it is, despite the controversies of Bryan
it's a,
Singer, which is But I didn't mind that movie. I thought it was okay. And Man of Steel I did like. I remember watching that in the cinema. But I don't know how accurate it is. Again, I'm kind of just there for the experience of Superman. It's not like, say, when I watch a Spider-Man, I can say, oh, that's a callback to this series, that's a callback to that comic. I'm much more of a Spider-Man person than anything. But Superman, like, I'm gonna definitely pick up a few Superman comics. Because I've heard that James Gunn was inspired by All-Star Superman, or I don't know what that is. But I'm definitely gonna pick up some more stuff. And the next thing is Supergirl, I think, for that universe. So I'm looking forward to Supergirl because she was teased at the very end, and I think that's going to be interesting. Um, really interesting. And actually, just as of today, they announced the Superman sequel, which I think is going to be called Man of Tomorrow, and that's going to be released on like the 7th of July, 2027, if I'm not mistaken.
although, would you plan to do a sequel?
So, fun fact, actually, when that comes out, I'm gonna have been married for a week. So, breaking news, this is another update because I've set my official wedding date to the 4th of July, so American Independence Day 2027 in Greece.
You
So,
should have should have done it May the 4th, and
yeah,
May the
imagine
4th be
that.
with you.
We'll go for them. And then maybe I can
You
get
get to play
Millie
you get to play the Star Wars theme as you come in,
and I
play
could
the Emperor music.
I could do Millie and the Slave Leia stuff for the consummation. That would be probably the best perk of that. And I'll be Chewbacca. We'll see. Actually, that could be Jabba the Hutt. That's what I'll be. But oh, I've missed a trick
I,
there. You're
I,
right.
I'll have to get you the Independence Day movie on VHS.
Oh, nice. But no, yeah,
I'll try and get the
actually,
film one so you can watch it on the big screen.
I'm gonna fly you out though. Don't worry, because we're gonna vlog it. We're gonna do like a pay-per-view wedding. It's gonna be amazing. Um, jokes, but obviously, that would be a great thing for us to do together, especially the stag. I mean, neither of us drink, but we could have a
No,
mocktail stag
I've been
do.
sober for
Yeah.
5 years.
We could have a nice mocktail stag do. Do you kind of go into for like alcohol-free mocktails, or are you into more like juices and stuff? Because I like a good juice
Mostly juices
and water.
because I never go for the alcohol free at bars because in case they forget and they put alcohol in it.
You
So it's
know
just
what? I
like I
have
always
thought
go for
about that.
juices.
I have thought
So
about that a few
I
times.
only buy alcohol free if it's from a store bought where it says alcohol free. Then I know it's alcohol free. When I go to a bar and it's like really busy,
Yeah.
everyone's human. They might forget, and it's just like I don't want to like take a drink and then relapse.
And then yeah, once you've got the taste for it, yeah, no,
Yeah,
I get that. I get that. Whereas if I just go for like, say if I go out with like work colleagues, I usually just get a Heineken Zero because I can see them open it. I can see it says zero on the bottle. And it is what it is. But yeah, I did think about that. I want James Gunn now though to do a live action Superman crossover with Scooby because I just feel like they've crossed over so much, like in the animation. I think it'd be interesting just for to have him do like like the Guardians Christmas special. If after he's
yeah.
cast Superman or Batman, sorry, just have one kind of short clip of him solving a mystery with Matthew Lillard. Like, I don't know. It just seems like something James Gunn could pull off well.
Or Scooby-Doo and Crypto just go on an adventure together.
Yes. Because Neil Fanning is really wanting to come back as Scooby. So him and Crypto, oh yes. It's literally Scooby-Doo and Crypto too, James Gunn. I'd love that. I'm gonna tweet him, but I absolutely love that. Um, In terms of other updates, to be honest, I don't think there's much. I mean, no other movies have come out. Unless I'm wrong. Oh, I watched The Roses. That's kind of a rom-com from Benedict Cumberbatch and Olivia Colman. That was okay, but I don't really go for rom-coms usually. It's more after taking Millie to Superman, Fantastic Four, Jurassic, Elio, Life of Chuck, that was good. But after so many me movies, I wanted to take one for the team and have Millie get a rom-com. And I think she wants to see Freakier Friday. But yeah, that's interesting. But we do have some interesting Q&A questions if you're up for that.
I have one more thing to discuss before the
Ooh,
Q&A.
sure,
Have
sure.
you saw this new thing on YouTube now? You might have it. It's um it's where fans can up your videos called hypes. Have you heard about that? So
I've seen it, yeah, like
instead of
advertised.
liking video, viewers can now push a hype, and it's only for the last 7 days videos, giving it points which will help it land on the new leaderboards on the top of other
Oh,
videos.
that is really
Like
interesting.
I've turned on the feature because it's automatically turned on. So I think like me and you, because you got to have over 500 subscribers
I
to unlock it.
think if I was still actively uploading, I think I would have seen that a lot more. But that's interesting. It almost reminds me of like the star rating that they used to have in YouTube way back in the day.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. So it's like now you can hype other people's videos up, which I think that's good for small channels, especially if you've got over 500 subscribers. And I think like it's between 5,000 at the moment to help bring up small channels. I think it's the maximum of 5,000, or it could be 50,000. I'm not entirely sure, but it's like it's where big channels won't ruin the community board
Yeah,
for people
that's what I'm
because
gonna
that's
do.
what
I'm
I hate.
gonna I'm gonna hype up your Superman review. That's what I'm gonna
Yeah,
do.
because I was sort of thinking, oh, sweet, I can have hype up videos instead of
I've
liking because like the like thing's broken where it's like it doesn't matter if you like a video now.
Yeah, especially after they got rid of dislikes. So they did that a while ago.
Yeah,
But yeah,
well,
hype seems
well,
interesting.
we can see the dislikes, the viewers can't, which that makes no sense. And I made a
Yeah,
video about that before. Like that was stupid. It's like, oh, we're going to get rid of dislikes so it doesn't offend people. But the content creators who posted a video can still see the
exactly.
dislikes.
I think
I'm
it's either
like,
show it to everyone or show it to no one because
yeah, I'm like, if my
yeah,
video's bad and it has like 50,000 dislikes, then the video is bad for a reason, and that's feedback for me. The only person who's going to get upset is me. But like, it depends how I take that
exactly.
negativity and turn it into a positive. Okay, 50,000 people dislike this video. What do they dislike about it? And then I can change it. If you hide it and like only show the positive, no one's actually going to change. They're going to make the same rubbish. Like, I've got 100 likes, but 50,000 dislikes.
Yeah, it helps the audience as well. Like if I was to like have a problem, like how to fix a dishwasher, and I YouTubed it, I found a video, it had like 2 likes and 1,000 dislikes. I'm gonna in the back of my mind say, okay, I'm gonna go to another video because clearly whatever
Yeah,
this person said is a load of shit. So
yeah.
it helped audiences. So yeah, it is a shame. But hype, I'm gonna look into that and maybe even give it a spin, and I'll let you know in the next episode how that goes. Again, we don't know if this is the third episode or the fourth. Um, but that will come in time. We will see. We will see. I think it's the third episode, this one. But do let me
This one
know.
will probably be the third episode because I'm still trying to
Uh,
figure out why my video is being cut off. But it's still the same length,
yeah,
but only half of it shows the video of us, and the rest of the half has the audio and a blank screen. I don't know why, because all the video clips are on the same timeline frame. So it's like if one's blacked out, then that means they all should be blacked out. So I'm there like
exactly.
thinking, how is that possible? I was I'm there like, how do I explain this in the search engine? So I'm watching videos and it's like I got a blank screen and like render the video. It's like the video's still showing. That's like it's not highlighted. It's just not rendering the video through.
Yeah.
I,
I mean, I tried to edit that episode and it ran rings around me. So hats off to you for trying that. It could be some lost media though, but I'm not too sure if I would have been 100% happy with the episode going out in its entirety, to be honest with you. But I mean that's a discussion for another time. I'm happier with this being an episode three, to say the least. But let me know when you're ready to go on to the Q&A, and because I think there's some funny
yeah,
ones here. There's some funny ones.
I'm ready for the Q&As.
The first one is, what's the weirdest food combo you've ever tried, and would you eat it again?
Oh God, I think the most weird food combos was when I was a kid. That's just it's not really a weird combo. It's like a weird habit I had as a kid. So you know those rich tea biscuits.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, I wasn't messed up. I was a kid about 6 or 8. You know, I was watching Scooby-Doo. I used to eat the biscuits and then spit it back out of my hand and just lick it.
I mean, I
So
get the impulse, but
it was
I've
like a
never.
weird parrot, like some sort of bird technique. I was like made it all mushy and then had
Yeah,
it in my hand, so I was licking it. I used to like it, you
I
know.
get the vision, but I don't know
I
if
wouldn't
that's
do
any
it
of me, to be
now,
honest. I don't know if that's any of
but
me, but I get the logic.
yeah,
Did you
that's probably the
ever
weirdest
try
thing.
fish fingers and custard after Doctor Who? Because I didn't, but I really want to. I
No,
really want to try it.
it's like when so it's like Americans have like biscuits and gravy, and it's like those
Oh
scones with
yeah.
gravy. I'm like, it's chips and gravy, and it's like I feel like that is an American take on fish fingers and beans.
Well, you can tell me if this is weird, because my answer to that is something that I just used to eat loads growing up, and it's only that Millie's told me it's weird that I thought it is. What do you think of this, okay? Macaroni cheese mixed with baked beans. Is that weird or not?
That's it's coming from a chef. For 8 years. Yes.
Oh, so I am wrong. I could. It's just I don't know. I just loved it so much eating it. And the first time Millie saw me, she was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "I'm just eating." Yeah, macaroni, and I like to mix them together as well. Like it wouldn't just be like a side. I'd get them together, mix them together, and
I
eat
have
them.
pasta and beans.
No, I've tried that before. That's not bad because it like
Pasta and beans.
yeah, it lubes up the pasta and gives it a bit more taste for
Because
lack
then,
of.
then you could put a bit of grated cheese on the top and then put it in the oven and have it that way. But if you're going for the full like macaroni and cheese, where it's like heavy on the cheese stuff, and then throw beans in there, I like because I feel like the cheese is over strengthens the baked beans.
We'll have to do that. We'll put that off to the comments. Uh, Macaroni cheese with baked beans, yay or nay? Comment down below. The next one's interesting because I've been thinking about this a little bit. Um, what's a movie or show that you love, but you're embarrassed to admit it to your audience? And I honestly don't feel like there is one because I'm surrounded by Scooby-Doo stuff. So I just don't think there is anything, but I've been thinking about it a lot, you know.
More like just Scooby-Doo
Just anything in
film.
general. Like if you're a fan of like Peppa Pig or something, you know, like it's something that isn't really for your demographic as such, but is good. Like I guess Scooby comes into that for me, but I'm not embarrassed about that, you know.
I'm not embarrassed about Scooby. But it's like I used to watch Blue Clues back in the day,
Blue Clues, yeah.
and I still watch the old episodes now
Mm.
because I feel like the old ones were better. But I don't think there's any show that I'm embarrassed about.
I think not in like a YouTube setting, definitely. Like there's some religious people that I know that would I tell them that I've watched Heartstopper? No. But I mean, nothing on YouTube. Like everyone knows everything
I,
about me on
I watched
YouTube.
the first episode of Ironheart and I was disappointed,
Oh, I didn't
but I wasn't
see
embarrassed.
Ironheart actually. It's because I was in France when that dropped actually. I think I spoke about going to France in episode 2 or episode 1. But maybe I'll have some updates about that. But there's kind of like a reverse for that question coming up, which is what's a movie or show that you hated, but you pretended to like it for the channel? Um, And I don't think there is another one for that, except for I think there's stuff that I would have watched if I was still doing the channel that I just haven't. So Velma season 2, I haven't watched. I don't think I'm gonna watch it. But if I was still uploading YouTube every day, I would have definitely done what I did with season 1. Reaction, review, and breakdown.
Oh
Um,
God.
for all of season 2, I would have done that. I wouldn't have pretended to like it because,
I
but
feel like eventually
I
it'll
would have
come to a
done
point
it.
where Velma's going to be buried and forgotten, and it's going to become one of those. Oh, do you remember the Velma series? You know, I completely forgot about that. It's just like I've seen season one. I hated it. I did a reaction. I didn't feel like I wanted to have a second um opinion. Like it shouldn't have an existence to begin with. Then they dropped the second season. Then they did the Halloween special, and then they got cancelled. So there's no third season. I'm like, should have been cancelled from day one.
Mm.
But I wouldn't post a video saying I liked something I hated. I would just post it that I hated it.
Yeah, like I've
It's,
never
it's like
filtered
it's like me
myself that
doing
way.
Velma and saying, "Oh, Velma is really good. I like the Velma series. It's top notch. It's a series that we want." That just screams I've been paid by Warner Bros. to
Yeah,
say that is
exactly.
good.
Like Scooby-Doo and Crypto too, because like I've said, I'm
I
not a
feel like I'm
superhero.
Fred from. I feel like I'm Fred from Mystery Incorporated, Monsters Unleashed, when he goes, "You just want me to say that Coolville sucks," and then
Coolsville
they edit it,
sucks.
and it's just like me saying, "You just want me to say Velma's Velma's good," which it is, but I'm not going to. They just cut that out.
Oh, that's funny. So that's out of context. It's really
Out of
funny though.
context. I feel like I'm Fred in that moment.
But that's brilliant. But
But that's
yeah,
brilliant.
definitely with that question, there's stuff that I've watched that I definitely wouldn't have watched if it wasn't for the channel. But I've never faked an opinion about it, so to speak. The last question is interesting and topical. if you could cast one actor or actress to be in the upcoming live action Scooby-Doo Netflix show, who would it be and who would they play? And I honestly think that I mean I've said loads for those fan casts that we did. You know, Grace Curry, I still think would be great. I think Karen Gillan would be great. But now that I'm just thinking about legacy and star power, I think getting McKenna Grace in there, as I think she could do Daphne or Velma, but I just think she's so on the rise at the moment. She already voiced Daphne in the Scoob movie, the prequel, um, Safe Holiday Haunt. But McKenna Grace, literally as Daphne or Velma, I think would be my dream casting for the Netflix series. That's my one casting, I think. Maybe I'll change my mind, but yeah. What about
See,
you?
I really want the people who did Mystery Incorporated, the live
Ah,
action
yeah.
on YouTube. I, I I feel like if Netflix had any heart, they would have got them to do the series on Netflix. And that's what it should have been. Like Warner Bros. Should have been like, look, we like what you're doing, but it's not legal. So how about this? How about you work with Netflix and make it into a Netflix series, and we go down this route because they're young directors cast, and like they're really good, and they kept it to the true fan base. And I feel like Warner Bros. Missed out on a golden goose. I mean Netflix don't know what they're doing. So I feel like if they're going to cast anyone, you have the golden goose already that
Mm.
did Mission Incorporated because I still like the first episode, and I feel
Yeah,
like
really good.
if they did a second episode, it would have had much more better ratings than the first episode. And I feel like that could have gone somewhere.
Yeah, me too. I mean, that was a perfect scenario. Um, and again, we'll hold off for that. But just because right now, because I'm stingy, because we're not currently paying for Zoom now that I've taken over editing, maybe one day if we fit down like a week schedule, it'd be a lot easier. But just because we're kind of short on time, this has been a bit of a middle ground for our episodes as such, where it's been more about us getting back on track than anything, which I think is good. I think it's a nice new chapter for both of us and the series in general. So do comment down below, people watching, what you thought of the episode and what direction you'd want to take the series next, because there's definitely a lot that we're open to. But Mark, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on my YouTube channel at Mark March, which will be the only place at the moment as I decided to take a step back from Twitter and other social media platforms and just stick to YouTube.
Did
So,
you just,
I,
what was that? Did you
yeah.
just call Twitter by the correct name for once? That doesn't happen a lot, does it?
X,
So we
sorry.
know we've stayed away from Twitter, which I'm very
Uh,
happy to say.
that's, I'm,
Yes, Twitter. I love that. That's some character progression. But yes, Twitter. So you can find me absolutely nowhere. You can actually no, you can find me in the basement of Mark Marsh. That is the only place where I'm going to be available at the moment.
if they ever cast a live action and they need someone to play Mr. E, I would ring them up and recommend you.
We should do it. We'll do it. We will run
Mr.
that
E.
mystery, Mr. JB. But yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. I'm really looking forward to seeing everyone's feedback and where we go from there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.